Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hope urges Carter to send Daphne packing after Steffy attacks Luna. The Parisian claims to know her rival's type, a woman who uses a nice man to achieve her goals, as we pick up the Daphne/Hope confrontation. Hope determines that it's time to crystallize one thing: Daphne must avoid her man. Hope remarks, "You don't know anything about our love," and Daphne points out the advantages of this specific romance. She says, "You got everything you wanted." Hope yells that Daphne is clueless and adds that nothing is going to stop him from loving me, and me from loving him. Hope jokes, "Let me be the first to tell you bon voyage," as she urges Daphne to lead Dodge. Daphne keeps emphasizing that Carter has changed as a person. Daphne values him for who he really is, even though he's a shell of the person he once was. And he knows it, she continues. Carter, who was accused of having feelings for Daphne by Zend for the most of the program, comes in at that point. "We don't really need her here anymore, right, Carter?" Hope responds when he inquires about the situation, citing the success of the scent launch. "How about telling her to go to Paris?" Steffy is shocked by Finn. Steffy informs Finn that she doesn't want to discuss Luna ever again, but he still has a bothersome piece of information to give her. Steffy is once again grateful that Luna is and will remain in prison because Finn keeps saying he could have changed everything. Finally, Finn blurts it out: Luna is under house arrest at Bill Spencer's estate, not in jail. Steffy finds what she's hearing unbelievable. From Finn's visit to the prison to Luna's location, it's one startling detail after another. Finn makes an effort to justify his need to visit his daughter. She reminds him, "Your daughter attempted to murder me." Steffy asks, what the hell was Bill thinking, as she rapidly slides. Even worse, Finn acknowledges his attraction to Luna. He cannot alter the fact that she is his daughter. Steffy is unwilling to listen to him. He says he never would have let his daughter down and holds Poppy responsible for her actions. As Finn confirms to Steffy that Luna is aware of their relationship, the blows start pouring. Finn claims that Luna cried and that the moment was emotional. "As violent as putting me in a cage and murdering two men?" Steffy asks. "I too shed tears. I believed I was going to pass away. I cried for you because I feared I would never see our kids again. Are you aware of that?" She inquires as to whether she mentioned forcing Steffy to plead for her life to him while he was speaking with Luna. "Did she mention that she liked to see me cry?" Finn acknowledges that she didn't. Steffy tells her husband that their daughter is broken, tears streaming down her cheeks. She attempted to ruin their family. She grabs her purse and is ready to storm over to Bill's place. Bill lashes out at Luna. Bill informs Luna that since she killed her father, she is unable to be with him. However, Luna disputes that, claiming to be aware of her father's true identity, Finn. "Finny, your cousin?" Bill, who is even more astonished to learn that Finn swung by and Luna answered the door, asks incredulously. Bill hears the entire story from Luna. Bill insists, "You had better hope he doesn't say anything for your sake and mine. If not, she will be sent back to prison." She says, "I can be my father's daughter." Steffy lets loose her rage. As Finn is shown in the last moments embracing his infant daughter, Steffy storms into Bill's house. "I guess that doesn't matter, we have drama to deal with." Where is he or his security team? Luna claims she can explain, but Steffy isn't interested. She yells, "I don't give a damn. This is not something you can get away with. 2 persons were killed by you. You left me to die after drugging me." When Luna tries to drop the entire "I never wanted to hurt you" line, Steffy silences her. "Remember how you laughed in my face?" She sneers. Luna claims that learning that Finn is her father has completely transformed her life and that it is a dream come true. Steffy is adamant that "You don't deserve any of that. Not Finn's compassion, kindness, or love, none of it. So stop thinking about that. You are a heartless killer who will be imprisoned for the rest of your life. So don't worry about Finn. You don't have a father, so forget about it. Finn will never, ever be seen by you again. In the dizzying, high-stakes world of Forrester Creations, where every whispered secret, every calculated maneuver, and every heated confrontation can redefine alliances and reshape the legacy of one of television's most storied dynasties, a moment arrived on Thursday that left viewers gasping as Steffy, long celebrated for her steely resolve and uncompromising dedication to the family's honor, unleashed a torrent of searing, unfiltered words directed at Luna, effectively reading her for absolute filth in a display of raw emotion and brutal honesty that many are calling a watershed moment, while Finn, ever the enigma, chose to remain resolutely silent, his mute composure in the face of such an explosive outburst only deepening the mystery surrounding his inner world and the dangerous secrets he has long harbored. The episode unfolds with the tension mounting to fever pitch as Steffy, fueled by years of pent-up frustration and the sting of perceived betrayals, finds herself compelled to confront Luna, whose behavior, seen by many as emblematic of a careless, entitled disregard for the values that have long held the Forrester legacy together. Over actions that Steffy believes have not only undermined the sanctity of their family's reputation but have also threatened to erode the delicate balance of trust and respect upon which her world is built, and in that charged moment, amid the opulent yet cutthroat corridors of power and high fashion that define Forrester Creations, she unleashes a diatribe so potent and devastating that every word seems to reverberate with the weight of personal hurt, past grievances, and the desperate need to reassert her authority, as she enumerates the many ways in which Luna's recent choices have betrayed not just the expectations of propriety but have also laid bare the chasm between the ideals Steffy has fought so hard to uphold and the reality of a new generation that appears increasingly indifferent to those traditional values. Steffy's tirade is delivered with a mixture of icy determination and raw vulnerability, her voice rising above the murmurs of stunned onlookers as she declares that the days of unchecked indulgence and insouciant arrogance are over, a message aimed not only at Luna but at every player in the intricate game of power that has defined the family's internal politics for decades. And while her words are as biting as they are cathartic, there is an undeniable undercurrent of regret and uncertainty that hints at the possibility that in her fervor to reclaim control, she may have overstepped a line that, once crossed, might forever alter the dynamics between her and Luna, leaving a rift that no amount of subsequent reconciliation may easily bridge. Meanwhile, Finn's deliberate silence throughout the entire exchange adds an additional layer of tension and ambiguity, as his refusal to respond or even acknowledge the barrage of accusations seems to speak volumes about the internal conflict he is grappling with, conflict born of a lifetime of secrets, unspoken regrets, and the ever-present fear that any revelation, however small, might unleash consequences too catastrophic to bear, particularly in a realm where every personal betrayal is magnified by the relentless scrutiny of both the boardroom and the living room, where every whispered rumor can quickly spiral into an all-consuming scandal. His quietude stands in stark contrast to Steffy's ferocity, highlighting the profound differences in how they each confront the painful realities of their intertwined lives, a reality in which loyalty, honor, and ambition are in constant collision, and where the price of maintaining an impeccable public facade is often paid in private anguish and heart-wrenching sacrifice. As Steffy's words continue to echo through the hallowed halls of Forrester Creations, exposing not only Luna's transgressions but also the broader cultural shift within the family, a shift that pits the old guard's reverence for tradition against the new generation's desire for unbridled freedom and self-indulgence, the fallout becomes immediately apparent, with allies and adversaries alike forced to reconsider their positions and the very foundations upon which their loyalties have been built. Some whisper that Steffy's unrestrained confrontation is a bold, necessary reckoning, a long overdue purge of toxicity that might ultimately strengthen the family's bonds by forcing everyone to confront the truths they have long avoided, while others fear that her explosive outburst might prove to be a wild mistake, an act of emotional overreach that could irreparably damage the fragile bridge between her and Luna, a bridge that, despite its many cracks and strains, has served as a tenuous link between the generations, connecting the legacy of the Forrester name with the promise of renewal. As the tension reaches its zenith, the room seems to hold its breath, each spectator silently weighing the costs of unfiltered honesty against the potential benefits of vulnerability and accountability, and in that moment, the dichotomy between Steffy's Passionate denunciation and Finn's silent withdrawal encapsulates the very essence of the struggle that has defined their lives, a struggle between the desire to assert control and the fear of losing oneself in the process, between the relentless pursuit of truth and the protective instinct to shelter one's heart from the corrosive effects of betrayal. The narrative that unfolds is not merely a recounting of a heated confrontation but a microcosm of the eternal battle between tradition and modernity, between the ideals of honor and the seductive lure of self-interest, and as the final echoes of Steffy's venomous rhetoric fade into a heavy, charged silence, viewers are left to ponder the monumental implications of this dramatic episode, implications that extend far beyond the immediate fallout of a mother's scathing rebuke of her daughter, reaching into the very core of what it means to be part of a family defined by both beauty and brutality, where every secret is a potential spark for revolution and every act of defiance carries the promise of both redemption and ruin. In the aftermath, as the corridors of Forrester Creations buzz with whispered speculations and the weight of unspoken truths, one burning question remains: did Steffy's decision to read Luna for absolute filth, in all its blistering honesty and raw emotion, represent the cathartic liberation of a woman reclaiming her power, or was it a wild mistake, an impulsive act driven by pent-up anger that might ultimately backfire, fracturing relationships that have taken years to build and unleashing a cascade of consequences that no one could have foreseen? As the forces of loyalty, ambition, and truth continue to clash in a story where every word is both a weapon and a promise, and where the line between empowerment and self-destruction is as thin as the edge of a razor, the answer, encased in layers of complexity and emotional nuance, appears destined to unfold over the upcoming episodes, leaving a legacy of tension and transformation in its wake. When Finn explains why she's at Bill's and Daphne refers to Hope as a user, Steffy rips Finn a new one and confronts Luna. On today's episode of Bold and the Beautiful, Zen believes Daphne is leaving because of Carter, Bill is surprised that Finn visited the home, and Steffy is horrified that Finn went to see Luna. Recap of Thursday's B&B: Steffy pleaded with Finn to forget about Luna, and Hope threatened Daphne to avoid Carter. Steffy tells Finn at the Cliff home that they must put Luna and what might have been behind them. She can't pretend that her spouse doesn't have a daughter. Although he is accountable for her, he is powerless to save her. If the doctor had known the truth, he is certain he could have changed things. She moans, "Oh, Finn." At Bill's, Luna is under house arrest, according to her husband. Steffy lets out a gasp. She is astonished to learn that he visited Bill's house and the prison to learn this. She sighs and inhales deeply once more. His daughter needed to see him. She reminds him, "Who attempted to kill me?" Steffy has no idea what Bill is contemplating. Despite the fact that she is his daughter, her husband claims to love her and despise what Luna did. He was drawn to her since she is a part of him. He is powerless to alter that. He clarifies that Luna said she had an out-of-body experience when she committed her crimes. Why he would listen to her is beyond Steffy's comprehension. Finn reiterates that she is his little child and that, had Poppy not cheated them out of the opportunity, her life may have been quite different. He acknowledges that he claimed Luna was his daughter. Steffy gasps, nods, and tears. According to the doctor, Luna was so taken aback that she started crying. It was intense. His wife reminds him that it was also quite stressful to be confined in a cage. Did Luna tell him that she enjoyed seeing her cry and forced her to plead for her life? She's not a sweet little child, according to Steffy. She is manipulating him because she is broken. She is resolved to bring this up with Bill. Finn holds her and says she is the most significant person in his life. She leaves quickly. When Finn is by himself, he imagines Luna sobbing in his arms. Bill is confused when Luna tells him she didn't kill her father at his house. She is aware of his identity and that he is alive. Her announcement that it's Finn confounds Bill. Luna nods and smiles. The fact that Finn showed up and told her this horrifies him. How was he even aware of her presence? For their own sakes, Bill continues, they'd better hope Finn doesn't say anything or she'll end up back in jail. He warned her about the consequences of breaking the rules. She asserts, I can be good too. She can be just as good as her father. She smiles as she sits there and looks at a picture of Finn. Declaring she won't get away with this, Steffy bursts in. Luna apologizes and didn't mean to cause her any harm. She was reminded by Steffy that she tried to kill her while laughing in her face. Luna is adamant that it was not her. She is aware that everything is unexpected, but having Finn as a father is beyond her wildest expectations. Since she will be incarcerated for the rest of her life and will never see Finn again, Steffy advises her to forget about that. When Zend bursts into the Forrester office and demands to know why he is allowing Carter to depart for Paris, Carter is sitting there thinking about Daphne. This feels abrupt. He believes that Carter and his affections for her are connected to this. Carter is adamant that he loves Hope and dislikes him making assumptions about it. Hope declares in the design office that she will not allow Daphne to approach her partner. Daphne claims to have seen Hope's type previously and to be aware that she is a user. Hope says again, "Avoid my man." She is in a committed relationship with Carter. Daphne says she has sympathy for him. She questions how long he can live with his conscience as he seems lost. She implies that Hope would rather not see his feelings. She has gotten all she desires from the love affair. Hope claims to have no knowledge about her or her partner. She assures her that nothing will stop Carter from loving her, no matter how much she fumbles in front of him. Since chasing Carter is futile, she is certain Daphne is going back to France. Carter, in Daphne's opinion, has lost his morals and ideals. Daphne respects the man Hope loves for who he really is, while Hope loves a shell of him. Hope encourages Carter to persuade Daphne to depart for Paris as soon as he enters. "What is the current status of your relationship with Carter?" Brooke queries Hope. "There's still the old Carter in there," Eric remarks. Carter acknowledges, "I hate that it came to this." "Bill, you can't be serious," Steffy remarks. "I am," Bill insists. "This crazy person attempted to murder me," Steffy reveals. "You pursued my son," Lee cries while choking Poppy. In an explosive installment of The Bold and the Beautiful that leaves no heart unscathed, a cascade of revelations transforms the delicate balance of power at Forrester Creations as Finn's long-buried mega-secret, which has been meticulously guarded for years, collides head-on with Luna's raw, emotional confession and Bill's equally dramatic intervention, igniting a maelstrom of personal betrayals, shattered illusions, and unforeseen consequences that reverberate through every corner of the Forrester legacy. It all begins when Finn, ever the enigmatic figure whose quiet demeanor conceals a tumultuous past and a web of secrets that threaten to unravel the trust painstakingly built over years, finds himself at a crossroads where his decision to withhold a truth of monumental proportions, one that ties his very identity to events that could redefine the future of his family, reaches a boiling point as hints and half-spoken words finally accumulate into unignorable pressure, and just as the tension seems poised to erupt, Luna, his estranged daughter whose life has been a blend of longing and lavish contradiction, steps forward to confess a truth of her own, one that exposes the vulnerability, confusion, and resilience that have defined her journey from a life of isolation and hidden dreams to one where the truth of her identity can no longer be contained. In a scene brimming with raw emotion and cinematic intensity, Luna lays bare the secrets that have haunted her, for years. She has silently grappled with the reality of her existence, torn between the allure of a life of luxury and the bitter sting of abandonment, and in a moment of cathartic clarity, she confesses not only her own feelings of betrayal and longing for genuine connection but also reveals details about the clandestine circumstances surrounding her birth and the lengths to which she has gone to understand her place in a world where affluence and power often come at the expense of truth and loyalty. A confession that shakes the very foundation of the relationships that have long defined the inner circles of Forrester Creations, while Luna's heartfelt admission opens a floodgate of emotions and forces those around her to confront the painful realities of her past. Bill, whose role as both a mentor and a shrewd operator in this intricate game of legacy and ambition, enters the fray with an unexpected intervention that underscores the magnitude of the moment, as his own secret ambitions and hidden motivations come to light in a dramatic twist that suggests he may have been complicit in maintaining the status quo of deception, or perhaps even manipulating the flow of information to serve his own interests, and his reaction, a blend of steely resolve and quiet despair, serves as a stark counterpoint to both Finn's silent struggle and Luna's unburdening confession. further complicating an already volatile equation. Throughout the episode, every glance, every whispered conversation, and every charged pause becomes a battlefield where long-held loyalties and deep-seated resentments collide, as Finn's silence in the face of Luna's confession and Bill's brazen declarations create a tension so thick that even the polished corridors of Forrester Creations seem to pulse with the impending storm of truths that are destined to reshape not only personal relationships but also the very structure of power within the family empire. Finn's secret, which has been a specter looming over his every decision, now emerges as the fulcrum upon which the fate of his relationships with Steffy, Luna, and the entire Forrester dynasty will pivot, for the revelation of this secret would not only lay bare his own complicity in past misdeeds but also force him to confront the possibility that his carefully curated persona, built on the dual pillars of charm and calculated reticence, may have been nothing more than a facade designed to hide the darker, more vulnerable truths of his past. As Luna's confession cascades over the tense atmosphere like a tidal wave of emotion, it lays bare the inner workings of her own heart, a heart that has long been scarred by neglect and the painful realization that the luxury and opulence that surround her have come at the price of genuine love and acceptance, and her words, filled with both anguish and a fierce determination to reclaim her identity, resonate deeply with the audience, who have watched her transformation from a silent sufferer into a woman unafraid to demand the truth, no matter how painful or disruptive it might be. Meanwhile, Bill's unexpected intervention, marked by a terse yet powerful speech that hints at his own hidden agendas and the cold pragmatism that has enabled him to thrive in a world defined by ambition and betrayal, further intensifies the dramatic stakes, as his words serve to remind everyone present that in the realm of Forrester Creations, the pursuit of power is never divorced from the burden of secrets, and that even the most seemingly benevolent figures may harbor motives that, when revealed, have the potential to upend the delicate equilibrium that has long been maintained through a network of whispered alliances and silent compromises. As the episode hurtles toward its climax, the interplay of these three monumental revelations, Finn's oppressive secret that has cast a long shadow over his every relationship, Luna's emotionally charged confession that shatters the illusion of security she once clung to in a world of glittering excess, and Bill's calculated intervention that exposes the underbelly of a system built on deception and the ruthless pursuit of self-interest, creates a dynamic tableau of betrayal, heartbreak, and the desperate quest for redemption that is as raw and real as it is intricately plotted, leaving every character on the edge of a precipice as they face the irrevocable consequences of living in a world where truth is a weapon, silence is complicity, and every secret, no matter how deeply buried, has the power to erupt and change the course of destiny. In this final, sprawling moment of reckoning, the narrative stands as a testament to the enduring complexity of human relationships within the unforgiving crucible of high society, where Finn's secret, Luna's confession, and Bill's revelation merge into a singular, earth-shattering event, a turning point that not only threatens to dismantle long-held beliefs and alliances but also forces each character to confront the inherent vulnerability that comes with seeking power and love in a world that values appearance over authenticity, leaving the audience to ponder whether redemption is possible when the cost of truth is measured in shattered lives and irrevocable loss, and whether the bonds that once united them can ever be repaired after being exposed to the relentless, blinding light of truth that now burns with a ferocity that promises to reshape the future of Forrester Creations, one devastating secret at a time.